Alrighty, so we are talking today about some new construction homes that are located in North Surprise in Arizona. I live in Surprise, so super familiar with the area. These homes are located off of 63rd and Happy Valley. So if you're not familiar with where that is, let's take a look at a map really fast. So when we look at Surprise on a map, we will show you where we are going. So right here you can see we've got Surprise. If we want to, let's back out a little bit and see if I can get my zoom out just to get an idea. So here's Phoenix, West Valley, and we've got Surprise in here. So we're going to take the 303 north. We're going to get on Grand. We're going to take 163rd right here. We're going to go up 163rd, and we're talking about this Happy Valley Road area at 163rd. So this area has been growing for quite some time. It was a lot of dirt, and there's still a lot of dirt out there, but some of your first communities were Desert Oasis, and then you have Asante. Recently, Lennar has been, still building here. You've got Lansing and Desert Oasis building. Richmond is still doing some stuff over there. So those are some of your newer communities. You also have Fulton Homes right here, Escalante community that is still working. They've been building for some time. So today what we're going to talk about is this area again, Happy Valley Road and 163rd. There's been building down Happy Valley Road, Taylor Morrison, a few other builders. Meritage has a community over here. These guys have been building for a couple of years now, kind of that segue over into Peoria. So you've got Vistancia Boulevard. This is Peoria, Vistancia. This is all Peoria, and then you keep going east into Peoria. So what they started doing was building in this area, and now they're kind of quickly moving into this land right here that doesn't have a whole lot going on. You do have some acre properties off of Joe Max mainly, and then north of Joe Max, a lot of these are acreage. They're all acreage properties. They're not master plan communities or just regular new build construction. I'm losing my verbiage, but not a lot of those. A lot of custom type homes on acreage. So right here, we're at Happy Valley Road and 163rd. So we're going to talk about 4 communities, 4 neighborhoods that are in this area to give you kind of a rundown of what is going on. Hopefully it helps. If you have questions, give me a call. If you know someone who's looking, definitely feel free to share, and hopefully this just gives you some information on what's going on. So the first community we're going to talk about is right here, Happy Valley Road and 163rd. We're going to talk about Paloma Creek, Meritage Homes. So they are putting in a really nice master plan community pool. This is a rendering. They've got another community in Surprise that has this same setup. So if you want to know what it looks like or what it's going to kind of feel like, let me know, and I'll give you the location of where their current community is. It looks very similar to this. So this is what they've got going on. They're going to have a big pool. This is not a small pool. It's a big pool. They have this really fun splash pad that's inside the pool, covered. Really nice. They've got a park right here. It looks like this one's fenced. Their other community is fenced all the way around, so it looks like this one might be the same. Hard to tell. It may just be around the pool. But basketball court, and then you have a fitness center, and then you also have a big clubhouse right here. The other community in Surprise is really, really neat. They've got like fire pit and some really fun like outdoor clubhousey feel. Really, really neat. So I'm assuming this is probably going to be very similar. Looks like they've got cornhole set up, so not sure if they'll have that, but really nice community amenities. The HOA is $120 a month, so that's what you're paying for, is this right here. They'll probably have some other parks and things like that, but this is where your money's going. So Meritage Home typically has 3 series: their Classic series, the Estate series, and the Reserve series. And they're tiered by price. So their Classic series, they're advertising currently starting at $381,990. This is the range of square footage, and this is kind of what they're going to be offering. Their Estate series is starting at $402. And then their Reserve series is starting at $445. So for today, we're just going to look at the Classic series just to give you kind of an overview of what's going on. On here, you can look at their floor plans, and you can also look at their quick move-in homes. So I was there this morning, they are grinding away on getting homes put up. So there are homes in construction. They've got some notes on here. We're looking at 381, 392 for some of the base ones, 1,300 square feet, basic 3.2. They do a really good job with using packages for interior finishes. So they'll say, hey, this home has such and such package. Then we can easily look and see, okay, this is the flooring, the countertop, the cabinets. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of the builders are still doing packages for finishes and things like that to control build time and to make sure that they have materials ready to install. Because for a while there during COVID, build times were delayed due to just not being able to get the right finishes that people were picking. Maybe they were picking the weird one-off, type, and then it delays the build time. So here's some quick move-ins. Let's pick one just for fun. This is a Sierra, 4-bed, 2-bath, a little over 1,400 square feet. So on here, you're going to see coming September, October, this fall. Normally they're pretty close in that range. They're not going to put it out there if they're not going to be ready. So you can normally go off of this, pretty well. So it'll tell you what package it is as the calm package. And then it'll give you the floor plan right here, which is really nice. You can kind of see the layout. You can do a virtual walkthrough and all that fun stuff. So that gives you a rundown of what Paloma Creek is doing. Let's type in some numbers and see what we're looking at for payment. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to do a $400,000 price point, just because that is kind of the base price point that we're really close to, 380, 400. We're going to do a down payment of 3.5% for using a FHA loan. Loan amount right here. This is the purchase price minus your down payment. And then this calculator has a 6.7 in here. I'll use it for now. Remember, all interest rates are not guaranteed or locked in until your lender locks them. So for now, we're going to use this. I see interest rates right now in the 7s. I see them in the 6s. That's really your lender's is going to give you that advice there and what's available, and look at what's best for you. So we'll use a 6.7 for right now. Loan term 30 years. Property taxes on new builds. Property taxes are not fully assessed yet. So the lender is going to use, normally they'll use a rough calculation of 0.8% to start. And then once your property taxes are reassessed, once the home is done, those property taxes will adjust. And they typically will adjust down. So we always shoot for a higher number. And then if it comes down, then your payment ends up being less. So right now I'm going to use this 20. I have some PMI in there, homeowners insurance, monthly HOA, and then we're going to calculate. So here's our payment with PMI, $3,000. So we're right at that $3,000 mark. Again, if property tax is assessed less, that'll come down a little bit. Breaks down your down payment, what you're going to need, 3.5% down. Remember, down payment there are those first-time homebuyer grants out there. They typically increase your interest rate a little bit. You can also roll in your down payment with your loan. Again, you will make a payment on that, but if you don't want to liquidate maybe your savings at the time, that might make sense for you. Again, your lender will help you go through those options. So now, let's see, Meritage is doing, right now they're doing 6% or $25,000 towards interest rate or closing costs with their preferred lender, plus a washer, dryer, fridge. So they are, if you use their in-house lender, some people do, some people don't, look at your numbers, see what makes sense. But if you do use their lender, which is MTH Home Loans, they will give you 6% of the purchase price or $25,000 towards buying down your rate and or covering your closing costs. So that's a really great incentive. If you close by October 31st, if there's a home in here that you're like ready to move, your lease is up or whatever your situation is, maybe you want to pay to get out of your lease or whatever, you're living with family, if you can close by October 31st, they have some deals on getting a 5.75% rate. They'll also give you $2,000 towards your closing costs. So if we go over here and we change this to a 5.75, remember we were right at 3,000. So your payment on here is now $2,800 some change. So makes about a couple $100 difference going from a 6.7. Now keep in mind, if you talk to your lender and maybe the best that they can do based on your situation is a 7.2. Okay, so then your payment is going to be at a 3,184, so close to $3,200. So getting up into that 7% at this price point takes us, close to $3,200. Now, if you can get that 5.75, we are at $2,800. So again, you're getting some savings there. If you go that route, use their lender, or hey, maybe we can negotiate it with your outside lender, getting those incentives, getting enough to buy down your rate, which buying down to a 5.75 would be a huge chunk, and that would be really tough to do. But this is some examples of, there's some examples of what your payment's going to look like. And if you do use that incentive, what you're going to be at $2,800. So, okie dokie, let's move on. We're also going to go over to DR Horton, next on the list, showing here 163rd Happy Valley. This is Mason Ranch Tradition Series. Right now, they only have one series up. So we're going to look at this one. These are starting at $419. Again, this one is a pretty standard community, no community amenities. Here's kind of your shots of the parks, so you can kind of see what the community is going to feel like. There's no community pool, no fitness center, anything like that. Their HOA is going to be a little bit less. I don't think they have it on here right now. But they also have, they're working away too over there, getting some homes up. They've got 11 available on their site right now, ranging 4-bed 3, 4-2, and then we're getting up into that low to mid 400s. See here, 5s. This is a bigger home, 5-bed 3-bath, 563. This gives you kind of a good idea of what you're going to see over there. So these ones again are up. Now keep in mind, when they put these monthly payments on here, you want to look at what they're using for the down payment. So this is the big difference. You're like, well, why is your price, on your calculator, $3,000 a month for a $400,000 house? This house is more and it's less or whatever. So look at this. So when you see this, click this little guy, and then look at what they're doing. So they've got home price, conventional. They're counting on 20% down. Hey, if you've got a house that you're selling and you've got good equity in it, you might be able to put 20% down. But, most people aren't in that situation, or if you're not in that situation, you're at 3%, you're at 3.5 down, which takes our payment to $3,600. But it is pulling a 6.9% rate. DR Horton does have some different lender incentives right now for this community though. They're showing $8,000 towards closing costs with the preferred lender. So unless they come up with a deal out here, they don't have a low interest rate that I'm seeing right now. Some of their other communities do, but this is what I see right now. So really good options, a lot of single stories, preserving those mountain views up there, just really pretty, just open desert space up there. So alrighty, let's go over to the other Meritage community. Now this one's been building for a while, but we're going to go over it because it is in that area and it is good to know about. So, and again, they have a 5.875 interest rate on select homes. So again, they're offering that lower interest rate option, which is really great. This community starting at 739. Let's see what their quick move-ins look like. This one is not a heavy community amenity community. This one has like a park. There's no community pool, no fitness center, anything like that. So the other new Meritage community is really where you're getting the extra community amenities like pool and fitness center. So this community right here has a few Carsons, and a Sierra. And you can see their prices here, $379.2. So we're kind of hovering right at that 400 mark again. This one's not too bad, being a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. So you can always go in here. You can take a look at the property, 4-bed, 2-bath. So that gives you an idea there. Okay, so in that one, again, 6% of purchase price towards closing costs with preferred lender, plus washer, dryer, fridge with preferred lender. So some good savings there. You can flip through and kind of get a gist of what the floor plan feels like. Okay, and then we're gonna go over to Taylor Morrison. Again, Taylor Morrison Rancho Mercado has been building for quite some time. They've got like 5 or 6 different series over there. So a bunch of different little pocketed communities, but they're all Taylor Morrison, different price point, different size of homes. Right now I'm in Rio Vista at Rancho Mercado, and they are offering 3% of the sales price towards closing costs with their preferred lender. 3% towards closing costs. Additionally, if you use their preferred lender, $25,000 towards options and rate. So those are the notes that I have currently. Keep in mind, all the incentives are subject to change at any time. What I know today, tomorrow could be a different situation. So I'm just sharing what I am seeing today, just to help give you an idea of what is going on and what kind of incentives there are out there. So this particular section offers a 3-2 that's 1,500 square feet starting at $361. I'd like to know if, let's looky here. Yeah, so they're quick move-ins. So it looks like they're ending at like 4 and teens. So 413, 418. Remember the previous price, that's the base price. So on Taylor Morrison, they'll have base price and then they'll have upgrades, and then we have kind of final price. So these quick move-ins right here, single stories, 3-2, 1,500 square feet, are sitting in between 410 and 420. Here's one that's going to be ready December, January, 470. Again, this P&I, this is without property taxes, HOA, and homeowners insurance. And it's probably also including a higher down payment. Let's see here. So we can go on here. Yeah, 20% down. A lot of times they'll use 20% down. It makes the payment look better. Don't blame them. But if you don't have 20% down and you're doing 3.5 or 5, just know that number is obviously going to be a little bit higher. But you can play around with their little calculator right here. I'm going to put 5% down. And then you can... and then you can calculate it out. So anyway, so you can use that. So Ready Now Homes, they've got 2 on here, 2,200 square feet. One's a 5.3, one's a 4.2.5. It's not too bad, 475, 444. So there's some pricing on those ones. So again, they have a handful of communities in Rancho Mercado. So if you don't see something, on one of the communities for them that fits your bill, you just go over here, click through, and you can see their different communities. So they've got Fiesta, Catalonia, Avia, Los Cielos, and Ravina, and then these two, Almeria, and the other one. So anyways, you have a lot of options on here to go through and just kind of see. Also, if you're looking and you can't figure it out, and you're saying, hey, like we need this, you call me, I'll help you out. I will go through all of these for you. That's my job. Find the best things that fits, call the agents, see if there's anything we're missing, anything we need to know about, go through lot plans, figure out where lot the homes are on. If you want a specific lot, mountain views, back up to a green belt or whatnot, we can figure that all out. So definitely not a big deal. So that is the rundown of 163rd and Happy Valley. A lot of really great building. I suspect we're going to see a number of other communities coming in just as they start building and selling and more of that land gets developed. So that gives you a really good idea. Keep in mind, those incentives are out there. And also, keep in mind, these companies, they want to sell homes. So when you call me and we're going through our options and you're looking at your numbers with your lender, and we need to make something work, let me go to them and negotiate a great price or figure out what's workable. A lot of these companies will finagle in order to get the sales and make it happen. If they have homes they need to sell, they're incentivized to get them sold so they can bring more on market and get those sold. So, and keep in mind, we are in September. There may have homes that they need to close out by the end of the year. And as we get closer to that end of year, they're incentivized a little bit more to do what it takes in order to get homes sold. So keep that in mind. That is all for now. I hope that helps. Keep in mind too, one thing we didn't talk about, keep in mind 163rd and Grand. So when you take 163rd now, they did open this new Fry's Marketplace. All these people are so excited to have a grocery store. They were without groceries, not without groceries, but they had to drive into Surprise for groceries. So they don't have to anymore. So you're really close to Fry's Marketplace. It's a big Fry's. You also have a few other things right here. What was it? Jersey Mike's, Barrow's Pizza. Looks like you have Great Clips. There's a PT place. You got gas, which is great too. And then across the street, you have CCV right here. Their North Surprise campus went in. So you have some stuff kind of going in commercial wise that'll help build up the area. So that is all for now. If you have any questions, give me a call. Happy to help. Happy to help go through options and see what might be the best fit. There are resales available in that area. But it's all figuring out what works for you, what do you need, and I hope that this was informative and helpful. Have a great day.